Hi, and welcome to 10 Things That They Don't Tell You About Being a Teenage Girl, written by me, Stacey Vassiliou. So, starting with number one, I proclaim number one to be, you will be filled with uncertainty. And what I mean by that is you're not going to know what you want, who you want, where you want to go, or who you are going to become. Any of these unknown who, what, where, why, how, you're not going to know any of this. Everyone seems like they have everything in their life figured out, and they seriously don't. Trust me, I thought all my friends and all my peers had every minuscule detail of their lives precisely written out, how they wanted everything to look and how perfect everything was going to be. And turns out everyone was just kidding themselves, because nobody knows what could happen in the next few years, in the next few months, in the next few days. So many things could change that could shift their plan of what they thought was going to happen with their life and how their life should look. And it could turn out completely different, for the better or even for the worse. And I truly think nobody really knows how their future is going to look and how it's going to turn out. And you're going to feel uncertain about a lot of things that you do in your life and a lot of things that you put energy and value into. It's going to feel uncertain and not really secure if, you're meant to do this or if this is meant to happen. And you're not really sure how things are going to look, because it's everyone's first time living and none of us know how our lives will look at the end of the day. I think that for me, I've tried to plan out how I want my high school years to look, how I want my summers to look. I want my future to look in 20 years, how I want to have a family, how I want my job to look when I'm older, how I want my retirement to look. I've tried to plan all these things out. And it seems like every time I do, the complete opposite of what I planned happens. And it's okay, because usually better things come my way, or even sometimes not the best things come my way, but it always teaches me a lesson and teaches me how to regroup and, replan how I want my life to look. And, it's not going to be a carbon copy of how you want your life to look, but definitely be close as long as you work hard and go after the things that you want and not sit back and just feel like you can't make a change in your life, because you always can. You think we spent a lot of time feeling really unsure about things. That's why you really have to just go after the things that you want and just go for it and not really be afraid. I feel like people's minds drastically evolve and change with maturity and exposure to new things that they could like or they could not like. And you may think this and it may turn out this wrong way, or you may think this and it might turn out an even better way that you never would have imagined if you didn't even try to look at things from a different perspective. I feel like uncertainty could be a weakness, but also a strength. A weakness because you never know how tomorrow's going to turn out, but a strength because you never know how tomorrow's going to turn out. So live it to the best possible ability that it can be, to turn your life into the most fabulous life that you desire and want to live. I feel like we cannot act like we know it all and we know all the answers. I feel like some mystery is sometimes good. It puts excitement, it lights a fire up under our butt, or else we'll never yearn and we'll never grow. I feel like for me, the part of my life that I'm most uncertain about is my future and my career in the future and the things that are going to happen to me after high school and the paths I'm going to go down and the journeys I'm going to go through and experience. And it's really scary to be so uncertain, because what if I'm not successful? What if I don't have the life I want? But I feel like that just pushes me to work even harder, to a place where I finally can feel secure about my life and feel happy. So I'm here to tell you it's okay. It's okay if you feel so uncertain about everything that's going on in your life. It's normal. You're going to have phases where you feel this way. And I just encourage everyone to get up and keep working hard, so you're at a point in your life where you understand how things are going and understand how things are going to turn out. And I believe uncertainty is just a part of being a teenager, We all have so many crazy things going on, so much unexpected stuff happen to us. And I think it can hold a person back if you try to micromanage and plan every single thing instead of just living life to the fullest and living out each day, even though it's uncertain, but building a strong foundation to grow your life and finally feel more secure and going in the right direction. Overall, uncertainty is okay. We're never gonna feel 100% certain about anything in our lives, unfortunately, because so many things change, so many things can happen, and that's just a part of the journey of life, is being prepared for all the uncertainty that could occur. All right, number 2 of 10 things that they don't tell you about being a teenage girl is you're going to feel lonely a lot. You're gonna feel lonely a lot. And what I mean by that is, as a teen girl, no matter where you are, who you're with, what you're doing, you're going to feel a sense of loneliness, no matter what. You could be in a crowded room surrounded by loud music and fun people, and you're still gonna feel the hindering feeling of loneliness. I know, because I felt it. And I know that people feel lonely even in a crowded room. And loneliness isn't the most terrible thing in the world. Sometimes it feels freeing to be comfortable in your loneliness, but I feel like that's really hard to achieve. The idea of being comfortable with being alone and being alone with your thoughts, because I feel like at this age, when we think about being alone, we think about our brains being shut on and our gears overly turning fast and us overthinking and us stressing out and being like, oh, what can I do? What do I have to do? And anxious. What do I have to do now? Oh my gosh, I'm so stressed. I can't even focus on one thing. I'm so alone. Like, why? Why am I so alone? Like, why? You just ask yourself all these questions when you're alone. And I think an important thing that we as teenage girls have to learn to develop and accomplish is being comfortable in the silence, being comfortable and happy being alone. I mean, I struggle so much with feeling good being alone. I mean, I love alone time. I love the relaxing, peaceful time where I could just do things I love, like journaling or reading or art or baking, or just sitting in my bed and watching a movie alone in that peace. But then I start to think too much. Why am I alone? I feel so alone. I don't have someone with me right now. I don't have someone there for me. Like, why am I alone? I think about that a lot. The idea of being lonely is 100% real. And it's sad because I definitely really get in my head about, I'm not in a relationship. I'm not constantly surrounded by all my best friends right now. Like, I go on my phone, I go on social media, people are out, people are doing things, people are on trips, people are doing that, but I'm here and I'm sitting alone by myself. And it's scary and it's sad because at this young age, I feel like we don't yet understand the beauty of loneliness yet. I mean, I still don't. I mean, I say things like, oh, I understand, like, I like to be alone, I like having my peaceful to myself time, but I still get sad. I get FOMO. We all get FOMO. I get lonely. I get upset. I think another thing is you could be with your bestest friends, laughing, joking around, doing a fun activity, having fun, and then you think to yourself, wow, in a couple hours, a couple minutes, this is going to be over and I'm going to be alone again. Even I have the most loving and incredible family, and sometimes I just, when it's nighttime, I go upstairs, go in my room, and then I'm alone again. It's like you always have that flickering feeling in the back of your mind, I'm gonna be alone soon and it's just gonna be me. Why do I have to feel like this? Because when I'm alone, I get anxious and I get stressed and I get unhappy. But I feel like shifting, hopefully one day I'll learn to shift my mindset and understand that the loneliness is a good thing, because you need time alone. It's amazing being busy, being caught up with all these people and doing fun things, but I feel like the strongest, most intelligent people are comfortable in silence and comfortable with their thoughts and being alone without getting stressed, anxious and depressed. People who understand that when you're alone, you're the strongest and you're the most vulnerable and you can accomplish so many things. I feel like when I feel that sense of loneliness, I clean out my closet or I journal. Another scenario is even when you're in a relationship with your partner and you're just so happy together and like you have fun and you love each other so much, but sometimes you still feel like you're alone. Even though you have that person, you have that loving figure in your life who's your partner, and you still deep down feel some weird sense of, I'm still alone. I'm still alone. No one understands me. No one gets me. No one is stopping to examine me and how I feel. And I feel like that a lot. And I feel like most people do that. It's hard to find people who 100% understand you to the point where you just get lonely because you feel like there's no one. You know, even when I've been in relationships, I still felt lonely, even when I was with the person. I just felt like, wow, I still feel alone, even though I have you. And that's weird because I have you. I have this loving person and we love each other, but I still feel alone. It's confusing. And like you're going to watch movies or you're going to see things on social media of people all together having a blast, or seeing people in romance movies having a beautiful, amazing relationship, and you're here alone. Why? Or you see your friends who are in relationships and you feel alone. Why? Why do I feel alone? And I'm just gonna say for the record, you're not alone. There's always people in your life who love you and are here to help you and fill the void of silence and peace. But I do think it's important to understand that if you change your mindset and say, hey, this loneliness can be good. Being alone can be good because I have time for myself, away from the world, away from all the hustle and bustle and the craziness, to be alone with my thoughts and sit here by myself and understand, do you know what? I kind of like being alone. And I feel like this is something I'm trying to figure out every day. Like right now I'm alone. You know, my family is downstairs and I'm here in my room by myself talking to all of you because I feel so passionate about this. And you know what? I've become comfortable being alone. Like I'm trying to grow each day, to grow into my comfort of being alone. It's still difficult sometimes, you know, especially at night. A Sunday night, I feel like I feel the most lonely. Sunday in general, because I'm just trying to get myself together for the week. And I'm like, oh my gosh, here we are again. We're alone. Stacey, you're alone. And it's okay. I promise it's okay and it's normal. And we're all gonna get through this. We're all gonna get through it. Being alone and being lonely is not the end of the world. Shift how you think. There are people out here who love you so much and who never want you to feel alone or be lonely, and who love spending time with you and love being with you. But don't feel anxious and don't start overthinking when you're alone. Do things that you enjoy. You, again, put yourself first. Do something you enjoy. So, to close out, it's okay to feel lonely. I promise it's a normal emotion and you're not alone. We all feel lonely together and it's okay. All right, number 3 of 10 things that they don't tell you about being a teenage girl is you have to start looking at the hardships in your life as blessings. Blessings to grow and be better and learn from the bad or the terrible things that have happened in your life, and reflect on them and accept what has happened and talk about it and figure out how you can learn and grow from these situations, and don't dwell in the sadness to the point where it makes you so incredibly depressed you can't even function or create a better life for yourself. Reflect and embrace what has happened and understand that these can be learning opportunities to grow and become the better version of yourself. You're going to look at situations in your life and you're going to ask, why did this terrible thing happen to me? I'm a good person. I don't deserve this. I'm kind. I'm loving. I'm hardworking. I'm spiritual. I do all the right things. I say all the right things. I make all the right situations, but still, I lose a loved one, I go broke, someone in my life or myself gets cancer, I get heartbroken. Why? Why me? I don't deserve this. Why does this stuff happen to me? And yeah, facing these terrible things hurts, and it's painful and it's unfair. But do you know what? Unfortunately, we couldn't control any of that. We couldn't control a lot of the terrible and bad things that happen to us. All we could do is learn from them and grow from them. And I'm not excusing any of these bad things happening to anyone or ourselves. I'm explaining how taking the time to reflect and heal on these situations and accepting, do you know what, this did happen to me. But you know, how am I going to change my life? How am I going to become an even better person and grow past these situations? There's been times in my life where, you know, bad things have happened. Bad things in relationships or in friendships have occurred that caused so much drama and so much hurt. And I thought, why did this have to happen? Why did I have to lose all my friends? Why did they have to hurt me and be terrible people towards me? But then I thought about the way that I acted while I was friends with them and how I became unrecognizable to how I was and became the person that I most dreaded to be. And I look at myself now and I realize if I had still been friends with them at this time, I would still be making those poor decisions and being around those poor people who did not have good judgment. But now that I'm not friends or not involved with these people anymore, I have grown so much and I've become a better person. Even when you're in your relationship and you get broken up with and you think this is the worst thing that could have ever happened to me. Why? We had it so good. No, you didn't. But now you realize that after you guys had broken up, you know, when you guys were together, you and your mom were fighting all the time. You weren't hanging out with your friends as much. You were slacking on your classes. But now that you're broken up, you have straight A's again. And you've rebuilt friendships and relationships with your family and your friends. I believe when you start to see the pieces of the puzzle fall into place, you understand that because you lost something, you gained something even greater and something even better. And do you know what, honestly, sometimes I still wonder why my family member had to get cancer, or why my family member had to pass away, or why this didn't work out for me. You know, I wonder all the time why I didn't get the role I wanted or get that special recognition that I worked really, really hard for, and it went to someone else who didn't deserve it because they're not a nice person and they don't have good values and they just happen to get everything in their life. But then I think about the fact that God has a plan for me and I must trust God's timing, because I know that one day I'm going to accomplish and get better things than I could have ever imagined. And I still believe to look at all the hardships in my life as lessons for greater things to come into my life, lessons to transform me into the best version of myself that I want to be. So yes, I still get sad when bad things tend to happen to me or others that are undeserved and terrible and hurtful. But I try to look on the bright side and say, I'm not going to feel like this forever. You know, what I deserve is going to come. Hi everyone, and welcome back to 10 things that they don't tell you about being a teenage girl. Okay, so we're on number 4. Friends and relationships are going to come and go, and you have to be okay with that. But treasure the real people who come into your life and stay. I've lost and gained so many friends in just my 16 years of living. I've lost so many friends, but also gained so many friends in my 17 years of life. People in my life have left because they weren't good people and positive influences on my life. They didn't benefit me in a positive way and have a good influence on me. Some people truly only stay in your life for a season, and that's okay, because they usually are in your life and then leave to teach you something, to teach you a lesson. Some friends and relationships show how some friends and relationships show you what you should look for in a person, in a friendship, in a relationship. But when you find, I truly believe that some people are in your life only for a season. And then you guys could live in the exact same place, have the same friends, and never see each other because you're not meant to, because your paths aren't meant to cross anymore. This has happened to me so much in my life where I've lost best friends due to terrible situations that turned out to be my biggest life lessons, to learn to stay away from people who don't align with your values, people who don't do good things and aren't good quality people, who would throw you away for the next group of friends, or even substance or popularity or anything else. I believe it's okay when you lose a friendship. I really believe that, because I believe that if you were meant to be friends with someone, or even if you were meant to be in a relationship with someone, you would be with them and you would stay with them. But clearly, if you're not, that turns into a learning lesson in how you can find the good quality people in your life that you should be friends with. For my personal experience, I was friends with some girls for a couple years and they became my best friends. We were inseparable. We spent every day together, had so much fun, made so many incredible memories. And all of a sudden, bad things started to derail our friendship and our relationships, which caused us to stop being friends and stop talking ultimately, because we did not want that contact with each other anymore due to stuff that they had did, stuff that I had did. It was mutual. We weren't meant to be in each other's lives anymore. And then I got into a relationship with a guy and felt really secure and happy and felt like I had my best friend back, and it was amazing. This guy and I break up, start to feel all alone because I thought that I had lost those friends, so he could come into my life and save me and become my best friend and, shine a light on my relationships, my friendships, because I felt like I had no one after I wasn't friends with them. And then I made new incredible friends from my school who became my best friends ever. And then I met these incredible girls from my school who became some of my closest friends, so dear to my heart, such good quality, true people, and just sunshine and wonderful, wonderful souls of humans who are good influences, who have good beliefs, good values, and treasure friendship and believe that every friendship is valuable. And we were valuable for each other. We were so close. And then I had been friends with these three girls, but we weren't we were close. We were all close, but we weren't best friends. And then all of a sudden, everything shifted, and the four of us, became absolutely inseparable. Best friends ever. These three girls are my sisters, literally my soul sisters. I love them forever and ever and ever. They're such incredible people. We're all Greek too, and we're all Orthodox, and we all have amazing values. We have dreams. We're ambitious. We're confident in ourselves, and we're all just beautiful, beautiful humans internally. And it felt so amazing to finally find your people. And I know that still, as I go on in my life, friendships are going to die and new ones are going to grow up. And friendships are going to die and new ones are going to grow back up. And that is such an incredible blessing to even think about, that there's still so many people in this world that I haven't met that are going to be my friends. And I think it's even more amazing how out of the 8 billion people, maybe more, in this world, these people in my life, this group of good quality humans who I love dearly, and when I love someone, you know I love you. that we met. Out of all of these people in the entire universe, we met and we became this close. I just think it's so beautiful and so incredible. And I think that dwelling on losing friendships and relationships is not a positive thing. They left for a reason. You have to understand that, especially in relationships. Every time I question why did he leave? Why did he have to leave? This is so abrupt. This is so sudden. I never expected this. It was meant to happen. And it happened for a reason, because there are greater and better people and things out there. And it was not worth me sitting there in a bad friendship, in a bad relationship, because sometimes I feel like you know that you're in a bad relationship or friendship just by talking to someone and listening to them talk and being like, how am I friends with you? How am I in a relationship with you? You are who you're friends with. I firmly believe that. And I feel like even now, this year, as a junior in high school, I've been reevaluating my friendships and how I feel like I don't need all of these pennies. I'd rather just have my 4 quarters or my 10 dimes. I'd rather have just the small, close, connected friendships than a bunch of random people who I consider close friends, acquaintances. And I just want to say, it took me so long to find my people, to find my people in my life who I love and know that we will be friends for years to come because we have such an extraordinary friendship. It took me so long. I went through so many friend groups, so much drama with friends, so many problems constantly, all the time, moved schools, moved states, circulated through numerous kinds of friends. And now I finally can confidently say that some of these people that I have in my life, I know will stay with me forever. Like even my friends who I am like my long distance besties, like I know we will forever be friends because our friendship is so like sacred to all of us. I believe that the people who love you for you and your genuine self and aren't trying to get something out of you or try to seem cool to be friends with you or are friends with you for the wrong reason, those are not the kind of people who you should be giving any energy towards. People who are friends with you and fake to you. I think the people who truly respect you and are loyal friends and you could discuss absolutely anything with, and you could cry with them, you could laugh with them, you could go out with them and have fun, or you could stay in at home and chill with them. Those are the true kinds of friendships. Or even the friends who just walk into your house and go and talk to your parents and you guys all have a great time, and it's just so amazing. And I feel so blessed that now I finally feel like I've made good quality friends, and I'm so incredibly grateful for that. So my closing statement is, don't stress about friendships and relationships. The people who are meant to be in your life will come. Just don't settle for anyone who is less than what you desire in a person. That's truly what I think. And you are who you're friends with. So be friends with people who align with you. I'm not saying you guys have to have the same religion or political views. No, of course not. I have friends who are completely different religions than me, and that's perfectly fine. We're still so incredibly close. That's not a factor in our friendship. I'm saying that the factor should be, are they a good person? Do they have a good heart and a good quality soul and spirit within them? And someone that'll always be there for you. And if you even question if this person is a good friend or not, they're not a good friend. So thank you. Hi, welcome back to 10 things that they don't tell you about being a teenage girl. Okay, number 5. Sometimes it's okay to be selfish and be your own biggest cheerleader, because at the end of the day, it's your life and you have to live it. This is something I believe so strongly, and I wish that more people my age understood how important this topic is. Okay, I have this all written down. I hate the idea of living for others, for being a people pleaser for others and putting others' wants and needs before your own wants and needs. You know, I believe it's good to take the closest people in your lives' well-being into consideration and always care for your family, all your loved ones, and your true friends, the true people in your life who would do the same for you. I think taking them into accountability when making decisions or doing something new is important, because those are your people in your life, and it's important that you value them just like they value you. But when I see people in my life try so hard to make others happy, it honestly hurts. When people bend over backwards to try to please everyone in their life, and that's impossible, because not everyone is always going to be happy with what you do or what you say or who you are, and that's okay. And I hate when people put other people's happiness before yourself. This is your life. You're the one that has to live it. You're the one that has to be in this body, with this heart, with this mind. You're the one that has to experience things and accomplish things in your life, not anyone else. No one's going out there and living your life for you. I feel like people forget that their own happiness matters and should be looked at as important. I feel like I see this a lot in my life. I feel like for me personally, I've done a good job at not exactly being a people pleaser. Like, I don't care if you don't like me. Like, I don't care if you think I'm ugly or you think I'm stupid or you think I'm not talented and worth something amazing. Like, I don't care, because I know you're wrong. I know you're wrong because I know I'm beautiful and I know I'm talented and I know I'm an amazing human, and that's all that matters. Like, your opinion does not matter or affect me. Your opinion does not matter or affect me. But I believe that in situations, maturing and realizing that being selfish is a great way to live by. Living for yourself. This is my life. I'm gonna live it for myself. Like, I'm not gonna be a selfish person and completely submiss what my parents have to say, or go off on my own and think that I know what I'm doing and do my own thing and leave everyone else in the dust. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about where there's situations where you're in a relationship and you're staying with the person because you feel bad about breaking up with them, even though they treat you terribly, they've cheated on you or done terrible things to you, and you choose to stay with them because you're scared it's gonna hurt their feelings, or you're scared of being alone. No, because there's been so many times when this has happened to my friends where they don't want to break up with their partner because they feel bad. You feel bad? Who cares? This is ruining your life. Being in this relationship is hurting you and harming you physically and mentally. You have to make a change, and you have to put yourself first. You have to put yourself first. I truly believe that. Even when you're in situations where, say, you really want a job, or you really want this role in a musical, and thousands of other people also obviously want it, and you're like, maybe I shouldn't do it. She's so much better than me. She is older than me. She deserves it more. No, literally, absolutely not. No. I do believe that there's a line between being prideful and arrogant and then being just proud of yourself and happy of the person that you've become, and how you're confident enough to cheer yourself on and to acknowledge the fact that you're okay, you're working hard and you're doing amazing, and you've improved so much in your craft and all the incredible things that you want to do. But being filled with pride and arrogance and not taking a second to be humble and acknowledge the fact that you were once small and scared and little and unsure of what you were going to do in your life, and now you've become this great, amazing person. It's important to remember, you know, where you came from first and where everyone else is starting from. But to ever make fun of people who are smaller than you, or you think maybe less than you, which is not true. We're obviously all completely equal, and we're all equally incredibly talented and could bring so much to this world. I believe that being prideful and arrogant steers you away from being a good cheerleader to yourself and to others. But I believe putting yourself and the concerns for yourself, or ways in which you know could make yourself better or take yourself out from dark places, and putting yourself first and not people pleasing, because you're never ever going to make everyone in your life happy. Everyone has different needs and wants and happinesses. I feel like something in my life where I've realized that it's okay to be selfish and put myself first is being in situations that I know bring me down and hurt me, or being in environments with maybe, you know, some people in the environment could be my friends, but the vibes I get after I leave these environments or these workspaces, say like in school or in a sport and activity, that make me feel small and sad, and like I'm damaging my heart by being surrounded by these people in this like aura of things. I believe the good selfish thing to do is to take yourself away from these situations. And I feel like I'm living through some of that now. I feel like I'm in some certain situations where I want to leave, but I don't, because I'm scared, and I'm scared of what could happen, or what my leaving might do to the rest of the group, or if I might cause like a domino effect or some sort, or like, and in reality, if I leave, that's putting myself first, because I'm the one that's unhappy. I'm the one that's not doing well, and I'm the one that's struggling and having internal and external issues because of the situation I'm in. And it's not good to stay in a place like that, because then you just keep digging deeper down the hole, and it's even harder to climb yourself out of it. I think we as people need to learn that it's okay to truly be proud of yourself, and proud of yourself above others, because you're moving forward in your life and you're accomplishing great things, and it's your life, and you're gonna make it grand by following the path that was created for you and that you're meant to follow, with the people who will stick by your side, who want to see you grow and learn and become a better person, and encourage you to sometimes take some of this selfishness, good selfishness, into accountability when making decisions and living your everyday life. So the sixth point in 10 things that they don't tell you about being a teenage girl is to love yourself for your true self and your true self only. I feel like the most important thing you can do as a girl and as a person is to love yourself for your true self. And what I mean by that is that love each and every flaw, each and every scar, each and every insecurity of yourself, internally and externally, no matter what, no matter what the circumstances are. Love yourself deeply and thoroughly. I believe that you have to learn to love yourself before you can share the love and love anyone else. And you have to love yourself for the true and real person that you are deep down, not some phony facade that you put on around others to make yourself seem cool, better, and more likable. To love your weirdness and your quirks and the cool things that make you you, and the unique things that you present. You have those little things in your life that are part of you that make you you. Like, I have things that make Stacy Stacy. Certain things are like your religion, your culture, where you come from, where your family comes from. You know, you have to love each and every part of the true human that you are. I know it's easy to say that you can love yourself, that I love myself, even though deep down I am deeply insecure, I still love myself. Love your true self and the true human that God created you to be. You have to love your true self and put aside everything that you hate about yourself, all of your insecurities, all the pain that you feel or that has been caused to you. Once you are capable of loving yourself fully and learning how to love yourself, because you're amazing and you're incredible and you're blessed and your life is going to get so much better and go up from here. I remember when I was going through really hard times, I would say, like, I hate myself, I hate my life, I hate this, I hate them. Why do I act like this? Why do I talk like this? Why do I look like this? Why do I feel the way I feel? Do I do this? And I realized those words that I'm speaking out loud and feeding myself with that aren't benefiting me whatsoever. I'm just hating on myself and tearing myself down. And then I realized, why would I hate myself? Why? What is the reason? I'm beautiful, I'm kind, I'm confident, I'm creative, I'm strong, I'm intelligent, and I'm an amazing, genuine human who possesses so many gifts. Why wouldn't I love myself? And I have so many incredible things to offer and to add to this world to make my life great and amazing. So why wouldn't I love myself and be obsessed with myself in each aspect of my life and the person I am, and be proud of the true, unedited person that I am, because each and every one of us is so different. And it's important that we are able to express our true selves. I am proud to be this true person I am, because each and every one of us is so different, and it's important we can express our true selves, because we could help someone or help ourselves when we're struggling and bring out the good in ourselves and others just by being genuine and being true to yourself. Okay, number 7 of 10 things that they don't tell you about being a teenage girl is you are not alone when dealing with mental health issues and problems. Okay, so I know when you're struggling with mental health issues, you feel is alone. All you feel is alone, and that no one understands how you feel or what you're going through, but that's not true. I promise that's not true. And I felt that way. I felt that way for so long. I thought that no one would ever understand what was going on inside my mind, inside my body. And sometimes I still feel that way, but I promise it's not true. You can be feeling so incredibly depressed, anxious all the time, feeling like you're in a never-ending spiral of sadness and harmful thoughts and feelings, and like you have no one in your life who cares about you or understands you. But I'm here to tell you, talking about your problems and getting help and relieving yourself from the weight will make you feel so much better and will bring you closer to solving your problems internally. Gaining the strength to be able to say, hey, this situation happened to me, and this person did this to me, and it caused me to feel this way, and I hate myself, and it made me rethink my life, and I can't believe I'm going through this. Why me? Why me? Once you speak those words into the world or to someone you trust, you physically start to feel better and hear yourself talk about the process and all those emotions and problems that you've been facing, and you realize there's always a way out, because giving up and ending things is never ever the answer and should never even be an option or a second thought in someone's mind. I've struggled with mental health and bad things have happened to me, and I thought that there was no one that could ever help me. And even when I did get help, it felt like it wasn't working. And I could never be healed or protected or finally feel like myself and feel whole. Could never be out of this circle of pain. But I finally picked myself up and I wanted to make a change in your life. You have to want to make a shift and make a change in your life. I wanted to be happy. I didn't want to be sad and depressed for my whole life and live in the realm of suffering and constant anxiety and pain in my heart and in my body. I started talking to my parents about my feelings. I talked to a therapist. I journaled. I listened to podcasts. I read. I prayed. I got deeper and deeper into my faith. One thing I was able to do was talk to a priest. I picked myself up because I wanted to change. I wanted to better my life and move on and grow into the person that I knew that I was meant to be, not someone sad and depressed and constantly feeling less and like good things would never ever happen to me and I didn't deserve good things, and I struggled and I thought I was gonna have mental health issues for my whole life. But I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. You're not alone. People can deny it all they want, but you know, everyone gets sad and anxious. Bad things happen to good people. And that's what's terrible, but it's important that you acknowledge what's happened in your life and figure out ways to improve and grow yourself and pick yourself up, because the hardships are the lessons. And what's meant to happen will happen at the correct time, and your life will get better and you will feel stronger. And people want to help you because everyone's life is valuable and everyone's life is worth living and making it into an incredible reality. Okay, number 8 of 10 things that they don't tell you about being a teenage girl is nobody cares and nobody is watching you, so don't care. Okay, I feel like when you're a teenage girl, and obviously I'm speaking from experience because I still am a teenage girl, you're afraid of being judged and people noticing flaws about you and analyzing you deeper, every aspect of your life and what you do and what you say and where you go, who you hang out with, what you wear, what you look like, who your friends are, all of the above. You feel like everyone is constantly always judging you. And I will say, sometimes they are, because teenage girls can be very deeply insecure and want to judge you. If you're strong and you're out doing your own thing and you have an amazing life and you're doing well, you're 100% being judged, no matter what. But on the other hand, I'm here to tell you that sometimes no one cares. Nobody's watching you. Everyone is trying to figure themselves out and figure out their own life. So even if they are judging you, you should not care and you should focus on yourself, because there are some people who are so insecure and judging you. There are others who are there to support you and like, wow, she's working hard. I'm working hard too. We're so similar. That's so great. That's so beautiful. That's so amazing to have other hardworking teenage girls to mirror and to look at and admire and to strive to be more like it, to push you more. Everybody is so concerned about themselves and what they're doing and how they can better their life. It's just like when you're at the gym and you go for the first time and you're so scared that you're gonna look like an idiot because it's your first time trying a bunch of new things and there's a lot more experienced people there and you just feel like you're being judged. In reality, everybody is at the gym to better themselves and become stronger and happier, to build a stronger body or to relieve stress and to move their body and to release anxieties and just feel happy being at the gym. And they don't have time to focus and analyze everyone and be like, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing, like she's not fit, she's unathletic. Like no one's doing that. Everyone has their headphones and locked in. At least I do. I'm never judging. I don't even think twice about the people in the gym. But sometimes, sometimes I do, especially when there's people your age. Sometimes you do think that you're being judged at the gym. I've been going to the gym for years, and sometimes I'm still like, oh, like I hope they're not looking at me or think that or looking at my body or something. I know what I'm doing at the gym, but a part of me still feels like I'm being slightly critiqued and judged for my movements. But then I have to tell myself that I show up every day for myself, to better myself, not to prove that I know what I'm doing and to please someone else. No, I show up for myself to better my soul, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And I need to focus on myself because I'm amazing and I'm a hard worker and I'm determined, and so are you. And you can be absolutely all of those things if you just stop caring about others and others' opinions and focus on yourself. And that completely goes back to the idea of being selfish can be good. And if you have the mindset that everyone is here to live their lives and build success and build a successful, thriving life for themselves, and they're not here to judge you, and they're not here to belittle you and critique you, your mindset and your view of people and things will change. The idea that everyone is locked in, trying to figure out what they're meant to do, where they're meant to go. And you need to be that way too. Don't be afraid that people are judging you or thinking about you. And the people that are judging you and thinking about you are the ones who are not going to be successful and not have a happy life because they're dwelling so much on other people and trying to bring other people down and drain the good of people who actually show up and work hard. Care because you're amazing and you're beautiful, and no one deserves you to put energy on their insecurities. Number 9 of 10 things that they don't tell you about being a teenage girl is, this one is very, very important to me. Trust God. I believe that this is the most important one in my opinion out of all 10, is to trust God. I'm a very religious person. I am Greek Orthodox, so my religion and my culture is the most important thing to me in my life. It is a huge part of who I am, and I'm very proud of it. It is a big part of my identity, and I'm very grateful for every aspect of it. I believe when you give your life to God and you surrender and you stop the stress and you stop the worry and the fear and all the anxiety that you face in your life, grasp onto God and His word, and you pray, your life will change for the better, truly. And when you accept that, God has an incredible path for you and an amazing journey to experience, and you must trust and live your life through God and give your life to Him. I know so many things feel like they're falling apart and don't work out, and you feel like God isn't listening and He doesn't care, but He does. He does. And because each hardship is a blessing and brings you on the track for a greater life, I believe it is so important to understand how God has a plan for each and every one of us, and God wants us to win, and God wants us to succeed and do well, and He would never do anything intentionally to punish us or harm us because God loves us. And God blessed us with so many incredible talents and gifts, and enlightens us and unfolds our paths and our journeys. Recently, actually, I've been feeling like I've been praying so much, and my prayers haven't exactly been answered. And I feel like they haven't even been heard. And I know that's not true, because I know everything happens in God's timing, and rejection is God's protection. And what I think my life should look like might not be the plan that God has for me. And I know God's plan is so much greater than the small things that go on in my mind, and I believe that are going to happen. God holds so much power and strength, and I know that he will change your life and our lives for the greater good. We just must spread his word and worship and be attentive and be proud of our faith and know that there are greater things beyond this earth, and we need not to live for these earthly and worldly things and values, but for the values of God, because those are the most important. And that is what I believe. And if you believe it, that's absolutely incredible and amazing. And if you don't, I believe that God knows what he's doing. I know he knows what he's doing. And I pray that my path gets revealed, and I pray that your path gets revealed. Okay, and the last point of 10 things that they don't tell you about being a teenage girl is find your niche and your special qualities that make you you. I believe something really important that sets you apart and creates your own brand and a special part of your personality is finding your niche. Your unique qualities and things, whether it be finding your perfect perfume scent, or a color of lipstick that suits you the best, or that you love to wear matching pajama sets, or how you love to make healthy snack plates, or even you say a certain phrase, or you read a certain kind of genre of book, or anything that is specific to you, like you like to listen to a certain life transformation podcast, thing that is specific to you, and people recognize these things and know you for them. Like example, that my friends know me for, that I'm really passionate about and proud of, is being obsessed with my skincare routine and have curated the perfect set of routines and the perfect things that I use, from going from hormonal cystic acne to my skin finally clearing up. I do my skincare religiously, and I have multiple different kinds of tools that I use, and products and serums and toners and stuff I use with care. And my friends always, they ask me for my routine and what they could do to keep their skin clear, and what I do to keep my skin so glass and clear, because I clearly value my skin, because I struggled a lot with acne and breakouts, and it was bad. Like, I was very, very insecure about my skin. I was put on medicine, didn't even work. And for me, I feel like that's kind of like my niche. Like, skincare is something that people like know about me, and I think having a specific thing that's yours and that you love and that you're super passionate about, even if it's that you love to collect seashells from every beach that you go to, or candles, or any kind of jewelry or trinket that you just really love and are super passionate about holding on to and having in your life, that's unique and different. I feel like my best friends all have something that is like theirs, that I associate with them, because they are proud that they have it, or they're proud that they do it or say it, or such a huge part of their lives. Or it's just one of like your favorite things, even if it's you love to eat chocolate covered blueberries, and something that just really sticks out and that's unique and like cool. Like, yeah, I do this for fun. I have that in my closet. I think that this is a huge important factor of like having your life together too, and having a strong identity. And I know it sounds kind of stupid, like finding like your niche, but I really believe it's a super cool thing that person possesses. Like, even for me, I collect Vogue magazines. I love Vogue so much, reading it, looking at the pictures, getting the little samples in them. Like, I love it so much. And I have so many, like, I keep so many magazines all over my room, and I'm obsessed with them, and I love them, and I love that that's like my thing, that I do that. And I think it's so unique and so cool when girls have their little niche, their little thing.